finding the right keywords to include in your Amazon campaigns is both very important but can sometimes be challenging. So in this video, I'm going to show you some of the things I do as part of my campaigns and setting them up with the right keywords. Hi, my name is Romney Nelson, and thank you very much for joining me on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel, if you haven't been here before, it's all about helping self-publishers, particularly in the low and no content book niche area, to help scale their publishing business. So having created and published over 350 books myself, both on KDP and through Ingram Spark, I want to be able to help you scale your business. So if you do like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell if you'd like to get more videos about low content publishing and how you can scale your publishing business. So let's get into this lesson. Keywords form a really important element of when you're creating your ads, both automatic and broad, phrase and exact keyword term searches. Getting those keywords, there is a few different ways we can go about it. There's a few free methods, and it's all about finding out what Amazon customers are searching for. Then there's other methods like using Publisher Rocket, where it's a one-off subscription, and then you can actually get the specific keywords and you can filter through them to make sure that they're specific to your book. So let's jump on the dashboard at the moment, and I'm going to go through the process that I personally use to get those keywords, but to ensure that you're not using the old school method of putting, maybe 1,000 keywords into a campaign, but being really specific and targeting keywords, which will get a better conversion rate for you. So let's do that right now. So let's start this lesson just by going over a few key rules as part of our KDP advertising and the keywords we're looking for to include in our campaigns for AMS or Amazon advertising. So the key rules, which I'll just want to cover off firstly, once this clicks over, and these are the rules. So don't overcomplicate your ads. You need to try and keep them simple, and I see too many people going wrong by thinking too much about their ads or having really complicated keywords within their campaigns. So don't include hundreds of keywords. There used to be an old model where you'd include 2,000 keywords, and people would just spend a fortune on these irrelevant keywords which will be included. And that goes into the next point, is keep keywords specific to your book. So if you're doing a book about dinosaurs, for example, don't advertise for books that might be about cars or about dolphins. Just keep them specific for your book, and what you need to do for that is to do this research, which we're about to follow through in a moment. And finally, only spend what you can afford to lose with Amazon advertising. And I'll be going more into this in regards to Amazon advertising as part of my tutorials. But in this, I just want you to know that there's no guarantees for with the spend that you do on Amazon advertising. So only spend what you can afford as part of your marketing campaign. Now let's look at the book that we are going to market, just as in our example. So it's a primary composition notebook. It's a unicorn book for elementary age girls, unless boys like unicorns. But primarily we're going for that younger age group, and we need to have specific keywords which are going to be aimed towards this kind of book. So let's do our research, and the first thing you need to do is make sure you've got a spreadsheet that is available, and you need to make sure that you're ready to go. So we'd have our keywords written here, and then we can probably do even write it's the unicorn composition journal or notebook. So then we know that. And now what we're going to do, whoops, my spelling's not great at the moment. What we're going to do is we're going to try and find as many applicable keywords that we can then utilize for our campaigns. So let's go into Amazon right now and we'll check out what we can find. So the first step is to go to Amazon, and we're just under books at the moment, and we're just going to write unicorn, call it unicorn primary. All right, so you can see how these are starting to come up. And there's another Chrome extension I've got called AMS Expander, and that will just give us some extra ones. What I would then do is go Control Print Screen. Then I would go to my spreadsheet. Let's get rid of that one. And I would just put this right here. And I would simply start to write these down. And so our aim is to write down all the books that people are searching for. So what I'll do, I'll pause this and I'll come back so I've got them all written down for you. So you're not having to wait for me to type everything down. So I've completed those ones there. Now the next thing would be to go back here, and you can just write unicorn composition, and you can start to write these down again. And these sometimes give you ideas about different things and different age groups that you might be able to find different keywords for as well. But our primary purpose here is to note down these again. So I would do Control Print Screen. I would then go to my sheet. I'd then put it there, and we just want to list these words as well, because this is what customers are searching for. So let me pause again, and I'll come back after that. Okay, so I've written a few down. The next step that you need to do is continue to go back and find out different things. You might want to do unicorn notebook composition, and just see if there's any other keywords that you can think of which people might be searching for. So there's another a few there. So what you do is write those down, and you would keep adding your keywords that customers are searching for in the search bar here. So that is step number one. Step number two is you can use a free tool that I've had before in one of my videos, and we're going to find out other keywords that the popular books in this niche might be searching for. So let's go back. We're going to go unicorn primary composition notebook. Let's just do this one. And what we do, we're going to wait for a couple of books to kill, and we're going to do a bit of a search and find out what the keywords they are that they're actually ranking for, and we're going to use those as keywords in our campaign because we know that they're ones that people are searching for. So let's have a look at this book here. It's a very popular book, so I'm going to copy that, and we're going to go to a tool called AmazonASIN.com. So I'm going to plug this in, and this will give us, it's a free tool. I'll put a link to it in the description. This will bring up the details here. It talks about the keywords, how it's been tracking, and you can see these are the keywords here that people are searching for. So all we do is go copy, and we go to our spreadsheet, and we would include that one as well. And we continue to do that process until we get them all down. We just keep adding them as we go through. And these are keywords that are going to be really important for our campaign. So we keep on doing this. A couple to go. Do that one there. We might find that there's a few that are that are duplicated. I'm not sure what those numbers are there for. And we are going to, I'll show you another tool that we use. So composition notebook for girls. And that's applicable keyword. So we just go here. Right, so what we do, we've got our keywords here as well. So this is the free way of being able to grab them. So let's just, I like to do this. It doesn't have to be done, but I just like to make sure that they're the the same. Now, what we need to do is make sure we've got none the same. So we'd highlight that, we go to data, we go to remove duplicates, expand, no, we want that with the current selection, remove duplicates, and we go OK, and there were no duplicates found. So we know all these are the different keywords. So that is one way you can start grabbing other keywords to enter into your campaign. Now, there's another method as well, and it is a paid method. You can also search in Google and try and find any drop-down keywords there. So the other method I'm going to show you is via Publisher Rocket. Now, I've mentioned this in other videos that I've done before, and you can do what they call AMS keyword search. So keyword search allows you to input one of those keywords. So let's go unicorn primary composition notebook. Go get them Rocket, and this will bring up a report that provides all the keywords for that particular area or niche or keywords that people are searching for, which we can consider. So when you have a start to look through these, you can see quite a few of them which we may not have included before. So it's actually a whole heap, and what we need to do is it provides both the title, the author, and the ASIN as well. And what we would do is generate a report from this, which is very, very handy. So we go export, and this will provide a report for us, and I'll show you what we do with that report in a moment. Right, so you get your report once you open it up, and what we want to do is find out if any of these keywords are ones that we haven't actually got yet. And so we just open them all up like this, and we copy all these. And you can do a number of different searches as well. So there might be several different searches that you do to get all these keywords as well. And so then we paste them into our section just here. Again, just bring it like this. And what we're going to do again is to check to make sure that we haven't got any duplicates. We want to continue, remove the duplicates, and there were 41 duplicates found, and there's 46 that still remain. So it's perfect. So we just keep that list, and what we're going to now do is save this list, and we can use these keywords. But the first thing we want to do is make sure that there's no keywords in here that aren't related to our book. So let's have a very quick look. Unicorn notebook for girls, that's all fine. Drawing notebook, it's not really, but someone might go to get a drawing notebook and they might find our composition notebook. Primary story journal, that's okay. That's all good. I'm just having a very quick through. I'm not sure about this one here, so let's get rid of that one, and the rest are fine. So we just delete that line, and now we have a group of roughly 45 keywords that we know that people are searching for when looking for our book. And so these, we can use them in what we call a broad search term, a phrase, or an exact. And I'll show you that when I complete the lesson on developing your Amazon ads. And so keep an eye out that video, and I can always provide a link as well to that video as part of this this tutorial as well. So let me show you what the next phase is from here. So we would then copy all these words when we're doing it. So let me pause for the moment, and we'll come back to this section and we'll talk about how to use these keywords. So once we have our keywords, this is a bit more advanced if you've never done Amazon ads before. But what you would then do is jump into your Amazon ads platform, and we would use these keywords for the book that we're planning on marketing. Now again, this is just a quick look at how I would do this. I'm not going to go through a full explanation, because I am going to provide a video about how to set up your first campaign, be that an automatic campaign, maybe a broad term search campaign. So this is just very, very quick look at how I would do the book. So if you don't understand the full concept of Amazon advertising, then please view that video first. So I would do my campaign name, which, for example, let's just do very quickly. Let's do a broad term. So unicorn composition. I'll just do broad term campaign. Then I would have the portfolio. I'll talk about this later, how to set it up. We'll just leave that as such. We do a manual campaign. We do that. Custom text, we'll just do standard. And then I would copy this name here. And I would place that in here. I would then search for the book. So if we just did unicorn, this would bring up the book that we're wanting to market, which is that one. That brings it up, and we scroll down. We're doing keywords. So this is where we would add them. So if you had your list, which we have, we would simply go to enter list, and we might have our own custom bid. Just say it's 20 cents. You can untick or tick, keep these all ticked. We're just going to untick them. We're just going to call this our broad search campaign. We would then get our keywords, which was in here. We will copy them all. And we would then go back to our campaign once it's in. And we would have all our campaign, then we would add our keywords. And then we would progress once they are added to the campaign. They're all there. These are saying that they're not added, so they potentially could be duplicated or too long. They might even be too long, those keywords. So we go down and then we just launch, click that one and launch our campaign. So that is how we would get our keywords. That is how we would set up very, very quickly our campaign, but I will create another video about how to do it properly. And that's the process that we're going to be following to get all of our keywords and everything that we actually need as part of that campaign. So they're the methods that I use to extract those keywords that I'm going to be using in my Amazon marketing campaigns. Now, it's probably not an exhaustive list. You can probably find other ways of getting those keywords, but I find that if you're looking through the Amazon search bar to find what customers are looking for, that's number one priority. Number two, you can actually use other books and determine what their main keywords are, because perhaps they're working well for those books, so you can use those in your campaigns as well. You are actually allowed to use other author names in your keywords. Just don't use them on your back end when you load your books to KDP, but you can use them with your marketing campaigns. And you can also use paid tools like Publisher Rocket that I showed you, where it really is a time saver, and you can put in a lot of different keywords, get rid of duplicates as well, and you can export those spreadsheets. And that, for me, it was a one-off payment of around about $98 US, and that's a lifetime payment. And if you're interested in Publisher Rocket, just jump on a link below, and I'll put that in the description for you as well. So there you have the way that I look for my keywords. It's not complicated. I try and find keywords that are relevant for my book, and I'm not going to be putting, say, more than 150 maybe keywords in my campaigns to keep it simplified, and they're targeted keywords. So if you've liked this video, please give me the thumbs up. Remember to subscribe, because I'm producing content which is going to help you scale your publishing business. And look, hit that notification bell as well if you'd like to see more videos that I'm producing, because I'd love to see you scale your publishing business like I've done with mine. Anyway, keep your eye out for the next video, and I'll see you then.